How does it feel to be a problem? Billie Holiday's song about strange fruit hanging from the trees. Today, we are here because there are names that have been given to those that have hung from trees. And not only was that enough, but there were those that have been burned at the stake, those that have been tarred and feathered. As a young man, my father told me about a black man that was dragged around this square and dismembered. He never could tell me what the man's name was, but I thank you to those that are here today that have put this together and made sure that these souls that were lost, that they are never forgotten. The importance of today is so pivotal because we're in a time now where 246 years ago to this date, the news came that the slaves were free, and we celebrate Juneteenth. 244 years from 1619, and 155 years to the day. We celebrate Juneteenth. It's important because those people that were lynched and hung, we must never forget. But what about those that are being lynched and hung on today? Tamir Rice was lynched. Botham John was lynched. Sandra Bland was lynched. Yeah, that's right. Laquan McDonald was lynched. Michael Brown Jr. was lynched. Yeah. There are a lot of emotions running through me right now because it's so difficult. We talk about this, but the tragedy and the trauma is all the way down to ourselves as black people. We have to endure so much, and I thank all of our brothers and sisters that stand here with us in solidarity today to say enough is enough. I will not stand beside and see my brother lynched. I will not stand beside and see my sister hung. I will stand up and say something. And not only will I say something, I'm going to make sure that my children know. That my children know that a little black boy or a little black girl is not your enemy. That your brothers and sisters might have a different skin color than you, but they are your brothers and sisters, and their pain is our pain. I commend you for standing in solidarity. But one thing I say right now is that we came as the NAACP and asked that that monument that stands right there at the corner of this square not only be the only thing that you remember according to this history. Names like Henry Hilliard, amen. Names like Jim Hodges, names like Dan Davis be remembered, but we were told that this was not the place that it should be remembered on this square. But the time is now. The people must stand. Enough is enough. Amen. We talk about these that were lynched and hung from trees, but what about our children that are lynched and hung having to go to a school named after a Confederate gentleman? What about the children that have to go through that? What about brothers like Mr. James Butler that stands right here in this crowd today that had to serve 10 years on a fabricated offense and is only asking for his name to be cleared? What about those that have been lynched? It's not only hanging from a tree, but what about when you lynched and you have to see your own self die while you still yet are living? Black people have suffered. We have suffered and we have served this country, and we're going to continue to serve this country. But I serve notice on the system today that enough is enough. We're going to stand arm in arm. We're going to stand with our fists raised, and we are going to proclaim that enough is enough.